Hey Booktube, it's Tara, and I wanted to hop on and do the Booktube Newbie Tag for my channel since I haven't done it yet. So I found the questions online and I'm going to get right into it. First question is, why did you start this channel? I started this channel because I wanted to be a part of the Booktube community. I had been watching Booktube for quite some time and became obsessed with the channel, with the books that were being reviewed, with certain booktubers, and I wanted to also be a part of that community and hope to make friends that are like-minded, possibly reading the same genres or the same books as me, start similar discussions, and just participate in that fashion. What are some fun and unique things that I can bring to Booktube? I don't know yet. This is a new venture for me, so right now, off the top of my head, I can say that I would bring my unique opinion and point of view when it comes to certain books that I have read. I don't know. I think that's it for now because I really can't think of anything else off the top of my head. What are you most excited for about this new channel? Well, as I mentioned before, I am most excited about meeting other booktubers and building relationships and friendships and discovering new books, possibly new genres, delving into some different categories that I may not have even considered reading before. I think that's it. Why do you love reading? I love reading because it takes me away from my everyday. You know, it's a new adventure. It's someone else's story. It puts me in a different mindset or perspective. It helps me understand that, you know, even though I suffer from first world problems here in America, that there's someone else, a character over in Africa or a character in another part of the country or another land that may be suffering greater atrocities or devastations than what I have experienced. So it takes me to another world and gives me another perspective, and it's entertaining. What book or series got you into reading? Well, I would say my very first favorite book ever was Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein. And it would be interesting to know what your favorite book ever was when you first started reading. I actually own a copy. Well, I can't say that I own it. I bought it for my son, who is 9 years old. I don't think he's ever read it, to be honest with you. But that was my favorite book. It's a book of poetry, if you're not familiar. And I adored that book and still do. To answer the question, that was the book that got me started on my journey. And from there, it went into Green Eggs and Ham, Dr. Seuss, Babysitter's Club, you know, things of that nature. What questions would I ask my favorite booktubers? I have 3. I would ask them, 1, why did they start a booktube channel? 2, what do they hope to gain in the future from booktube? And 3, I would ask, what is the hardest part of being a booktuber? What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Right now, because I am a moody person, and by moody meaning I do things when the mood hits and the mood strikes, I think posting consistently will be a challenge for me, even though I am a structured person and I like to do things in a certain order. If I'm not in the mood to post and to set up the tripod and to set up the light and to shoot the video, edit the video and the whole bit, that's going to be a challenge moving forward. So having to push through those cycles where I'm not feeling it will definitely be a challenge for me. When did you start reading? I started reading probably at the age of 4. I don't remember much of what I read or how much I read, but you know, at the average age when you first start learning how to read. And then the last question, what kind of books do you like to read? The kind of books I like to read, number one, would be sci-fi fantasy. And other genres that I really enjoy would be, I would say, ratchet, smut, adventure, nonfiction, anthologies, short stories. My least favorite genre would be romance, and that's only because I feel that romance stories have the same trope over and over again, and there's no real originality to them. So I'm not a big fan. There are some romance stories that have broken the mold, I would say, but they're far and few between. So anyway, the ones that I mentioned before are my favorite, and that's all the questions for the newbie tag. So thank you for watching. I appreciate you for liking and subscribing if you have. If you haven't, please do, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.